Welcome to episode 4 of my winter garden series. If you're new here, so far we transplanted in week 1. Not a lot happened in week 2. Week 3 we went through with a little bit of fertilizer, and this week we've got some weeding to do, and then I'm going to hit the plants with a little bit of calcium to help their growth out. So here's one of the broccoli. They haven't been going crazy fast still, but they had just 2 tiny leaves when I transplanted them, so they're definitely starting to pop now. I know it's been a month and you may have been expecting to see like more growth, but they were really small with tiny root systems when I planted them. Sometimes it just takes 3 or 4 weeks for things to get set before they really can get a grip with their roots and really start going for it, especially when it's been cold and rainy almost every day. The lettuce is really starting to pop though. You're definitely getting a lot of new growth on like this bunch right here. Some of the ones that got munched up starting to shoot back. They're definitely out here in full force. You can tell they're still munching on this plant. They just like this one for some reason. I did apply sluggo paste, which is a slug bait that kills them. A constant battle. It's like it's wet and the slugs love that, but then the water also messes up my bait. So it's just been like I've been applying some every week. I'm gonna apply some more this week. It can get a little pricey, but I'm just gonna do a little bit, kind of just to hold them off enough. This cauliflower right here actually looks really good. Look at those nice big leaves starting to come in. Over here's the rest of the cauliflower starting to really do good and shoot out new leaves. Lettuce is doing great. Some of this lettuce over here. A whole head of romaine just got munched to death, but the rest of them are doing good right here. Red lettuce is doing good. This is some of my favorite of the lettuce. Carrots that I planted in spring that just popped up, those are doing great as well. Spinach is really doing awesome. Some of them are still kind of small still, like that one, but this one over here, like if you eat baby spinach, that's what they're harvesting right there. So this one's perfectly ready to go for baby spinach. Another head of lettuce. Lettuce is doing really good actually. So this side of the bed over here that's got lettuce and most of the cauliflower, you notice there's not a lot of weeds over here. See some growing like over there. So I'm just gonna go through and pull some of those. Here by the spinach too, you can see these weeds growing side of the bed. Like look how just congested it is in there with weeds. Well, I didn't get all the weeds, but I got enough of them. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with the gypsum now. I never used to use calcium, but when I did start using calcium, it was a huge game changer. And you can see this gypsum, 21% calcium, and then the other 89% is a calcium sulfate. So it's basically all calcium with a little bit of sulfur. So here's what my gypsum looks like. It comes in these little like ball, almost pellet-like things. The ratio is something like a couple tablespoons per plant, but plants are pretty small and I never measure, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do a couple sprinkles. I've got like a baby broccoli here. You know, not a crazy amount, maybe a couple tablespoons per plant. Gypsum is actually pretty cheap. That's another reason I recommend it to people, because it makes a big bang for the buck. We did the weeding, we gave it a little bit of calcium, and now all there is to do is wait till next week. It's one of the nicer things about a winter garden is it does rain so much where you don't really have to water that often. This has been really just like an hour of work a week, and you see they're growing just fine. So I'll give you a little sneak peek into next week. So instead of having to pull weeds all winter, what I'm gonna do once the plants get established is plant a living cover crop mulch. That's something I did with my fruit trees this year. Like you can tell this one's just full of clover, so no weeds can grow. Here's one that I didn't plant any clover in. You can see they're just a mess. And eventually you might even get a couple flowers out of those. So it looks really cool in my opinion. Once I pull the rest of the summer veggies, I'm just gonna plant clover all in these beds here. So it's just gonna be like a sea of green, and I think it's gonna look really sweet. So that's it for episode 4 today, guys. It's been 1 full month for the winter garden, and I'm super excited that things are finally starting to really pop. If you've enjoyed this series so far, don't forget to subscribe.